All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Rakakodash, double honors to my apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. Okay, this is Psalms chapter 68. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to find the exact verse. Or is it 7 or 60, 69? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is Psalms 68 and 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. And the reason I brought that scripture out because I was actually just watching the video that put up about why they believe the actual YouTube was shut down the other day because of this live stream, but because of a UFO, a so-called UFO had zoomed by, in the camera. So, how Esau is, he just shut the whole thing down so that they couldn't see it. Because these chariots are beginning to manifest themselves more and more. And it's thousands and thousands of chariots, and they all be in the heavens, man. So-called outer space, and in NASA, they be seeing these things, man. Pilots, they be seeing these things, but they can't speak about them. The Most High has his chariots in the midst of this place called America, and they constantly coming, man. And they really a curse to these devils. Proverbs 3, I think, speaks about curse. Okay. Yeah, there you go. This is Proverbs 3 and 33. The curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but he blesses the habitation of the just. Now, what is the curse? Let's go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 5. Okay, this is Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I looked and lifted up mine eyes, and behold, he looked up in the sky, and behold, a flying roll. So he saw a roll that was flying, which is a so-called chariot, or so-called UFO. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. So, it was pretty big. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it, and everyone that swears shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it. So this is the curse. Those chariots are a curse to this devil, man, and it's in the house of the wicked. And these chariots gonna go over the face of the whole earth. Verse 4, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter to the house of the thief. Who is the thief? Esau Edom, because he stole everything he has. And in the house of him that swear falsely by my name. Who is that talking about? Esau Edom, because he swear falsely by the Lord's name. And it shall remain in his house, in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So the Lord is going to completely use his chariots to annihilate this place, man. Those chariots, man, are going to be beautiful when that time comes, man. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to find this account with Elisha. When he had those chariots with him. Bear with me 1 second, Papa Kashar. I want to find that account in the scriptures about Elisha and when he was with his servant and when he went to fight against someone and he had all those chariots with him, but the guy that was with him, his servant, didn't see him, and the Lord opened his eyes so that he could see the chariots. This is 2 Kings 2:11. This is another account, not the one I'm looking for. And it came to pass as they still went on and talked, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into the heaven. So the chariot took him up. Verse 12, and Elisha saw it, he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he said, and he saw him no more. And he took off his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. Because Elisha, he saw Elijah get taken up by a chariot, and basically the chariot received him, man. Just like Yahushua was taken up into the chariot, that's exactly how Elisha was taken. Not Elisha, Elijah was taken. He didn't see death. I believe this is it. Yeah. Okay. This is it. 2 Kings chapter 6, I'm going to start at 13. He said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dathan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of that man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. So what exactly was Elisha talking about? They that be with us are more than they that be with them. He was saying basically, we have them outnumbered, but see, the servant didn't see that. He didn't know how we had it outnumbered. Verse 17, Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So, how through the spirit, you see that, hey, the chariots aren't always going to be visible, We may have chariots around about us, and we'll never know it, because guess what? They are invisible, man. They you can't see them. And if they want to make themselves appear, they can do that too. So the mountain was full of chariots and angels, man, round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto Yahweh and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So guess what? That's what the Lord used his angels, which was around about them, to smite them with blindness. Because the angels, they do the bidding of Yahweh Shem Shah. So if Elisha prayed to the Most High to smite them with blindness, guess who did it? The angels did it. The angels was the ones that blinded him. And Elisha said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. So he prayed to the Lord to blind them, and then he tricked them and took them somewhere else. And it came to pass when they were come to Samaria that Elisha said, Yahweh, open the eyes of these men that they may see. And Yahweh opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, They were in the midst of Samaria. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha, when he saw them, my father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? And he said, and he answered, thou shalt not smite them. Wouldest thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with thy sword and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and bring and drink and go to their master. So the point is really proven. And the chariot sightings are increasing here in America, and they're gonna get more vast and more to the fact that they can't be, you can't hide them no more. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so are mine. So Yahushua himself is coming with a lot of chariots. The thousands of heaven. Let me get that in 2nd Esdras. I just want to read the part when it talks about the thousands of heaven. Thousands of heaven. This is 2nd Esdras 13:1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And behold, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. What is that talking about? The thousands of angels that the Lord is going to return with. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So when Yahushua returns, these people are going to be afraid of him. Verse 4, and whensoever the voice came out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. So Yahushua opened the bottom of that chariot and burnt their ass up with that concentrated fire. And after this, I behold, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But behold, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I was not seeing the region or place where he hill was graven, and I could not. So Yahushua is going to return with this big chariot. It was so big that he thought it was a mountain. Just imagine Mount Everest just in the sky, just floating. Trying to put some type of imagery in your head, but continuing on, this is verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all that were together to do him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight. So they were scared of Yahushua, but they still fought because the Most High, is the conductor of this. He want this to happen. Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, because Yahushua don't need no instrument of war, because he got this chariot right here, and that chariot is going to shoot out concentrated fire. And only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, which was the bottom of the chariot, the bottom of the chariot, or out of the chariot, period, as it had been a blast of fire, because that's what it is, concentrated fire. And out of his lips, a flaming breath, and that's what he's going to shoot the fire out of. And out of his tongue, he cast out sparks and tempests. So Yahushua is going to, simply open the bottom of that chariot, or, just use the chariot to shoot out laser beams, which is concentrated fire, which is going to melt these people to powder. Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blasting fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So Yahushua blasted them niggas to smithereens, man, to dust, and you didn't